Hello and welcome to another episode of Keithy Sees Cars. In this episode we have a very, very special car here. This is a Rover BRM. They only made 1,150 of these, of which only 250 were done in left-hand drive for the European market, which makes this car incredibly special, incredibly rare. The difference between this one and the UK markets is that this one doesn't have a sunroof. Yes, because the one thing I hated about Foxy, which was my 121 BRM, was every time it rained the sunroof leaked, and there just weren't any good sunroofs around. So to be able to get one without a sunroof, well, that was it. And when I moved to Spain, I regretted selling my BRM back in the UK, but it had to be done because we had other things going on. The Rover BRM has always been a favourite car of mine. I love the red leather interior, the red carpet, the brushed aluminium. I love the fact the suspension is 20mm lower than the rest of the range. It has a German LSD gearbox in it and also has the highly revvy powertrain 16-valve VVC engine in it, the K Series. This engine is an incredible engine and there's plenty of potential for getting more power from the standard 145 brake horsepower this car gives out. The work that I'm doing on this car now is going to ensure it lives on for many more years. I'm also going to modify the cooling system to make sure it can deal with the temperatures of Mallorca a little bit easier. This car is 25 years old and it does need a little bit of a helping hand to keep it going. So let's get into it, shall we? So we've removed the cam cover gasket and already I'm seeing inside here evidence of head gasket failure. It's going again. It's a good job actually I did this. So I was noticing on start-up there's a little bit of a hiccup, a little bit of a popping and a little bit of excessive steam coming out the exhaust, which is a common sign in the K Series. The main problem with the K Series is that when they were done with the factory they used plastic dowels to locate the heads, and later on in the episode I'm going to show you what the common failure with these is, and I'm going to show you how to put the head gasket back on these correctly using a multi-layer gasket and everything else. So yeah, you can see here, look at this. Mayonnaise, as we call it in the trade. So we're going to give this a good clean out, get it bone dry, clean all the filters out in here and make sure that it's as good as can be. Over to here we go. You'll notice something different on this engine. This engine is a variable valve control engine, and what is different from this engine to any other engine is this has two inlet camshafts. The first inlet camshaft is driven off the belt here. The second inlet camshaft is driven off a belt inside here, which drives the inlet camshaft off the exhaust. It's a solid exhaust, but split camshaft on the inlet side. You can advance the valve timing by 10 degrees on this, which is predetermined. So we're going to show you how to set all of that up a little bit further on. But now we've got to get all of this stuff off here, all around here, get the bolts out, and then we'll show you the head itself and where we think it's failed. So. That's coming from the camshaft carrier at the top. So when we take the head off, we're going to split the second part, the camshaft carriers, off, which also holds the VVC unit, and we're going to reapply the sealer because that sealer probably hasn't been changed in a long time. I didn't do it last time, so I'm going to do it this time. You can see now we've got the cam belts, which drives the inlet camshaft off the exhaust camshaft here. Very important belt. There's no tension on this. Basically, when you change the belt, you put the pulleys on together in the correct location. It's not easy to do it, I'll be honest with you. It's a bit fiddly, but once you've done it a few times, it's no problem. The other thing on this car as well is we have swapped the throttle body for the 56mm alley throttle body because these have a habit with the plastic ones. They distort, they go out of shape with the heat. And you end up with idle hanging around at 2,000, 3,000 RPM because the butterfly inside won't close properly and give a uniform seal. And this with taking the head off, get the head bolts out and everything else, and have a considerable damage. Look at the state of me, honestly. Right, so this is the underside of the head, and already there's the telltale sign that it's been leaking coolant, because this here is an indication of water being burnt with the combustion process. There's a tiny little bit here as well. So normally where they go, they leak is in between here, and these are the oil ways here, and these are the cooling ways here. So what we get is the two mix in, or the coolant leaks in through there and gets burnt with the combustion. The other thing we're going to do as well is, you see these ways here, look, we're going to clean those out. I'm not going to expand them because these are all adjusted to allow the engine to heat up uniformly across there, and I don't want to adjust the dynamics of that, but what I am going to do is get rid of the fur there to allow better circulation of the coolant, because there's not enough. These are the things I wanted to do last time, but I didn't have enough time, so we are going to do that this time. So let's get busy and clean this off. Right, so what we can see on this head is, these are the honing marks here. This honing machining marks here. This head has never been machined, because if it had been machined, these would not be here anymore. These are an indication. You can get away if you're using a multi-layer steel gasket with these being flush. Multi-layer steel gasket is this, what they call MLS. So you can see that what we have on the MLS gasket is, this is what they call the head saver part. This is the shim. And then we have another bonding piece there. We have the compression gasket there and the inner layer there. So on this particular gasket, there's 4 pieces to this, 4 layers. If you're using the standard paid-in gasket, which is not multi-layer, then you have to be careful how far you machine down, because there is a possible risk of the valves interfering with the piston. And that is why I like to, with a head that's been machined, to use the MLS multi-layer steel gasket. So, but you can just about see there, just a little bit there, and a tiny bit there. So we are going to remachine the head. I don't want to be doing this again, so we're going to get the head sent off, get everything stripped down on it. I had to unfortunately take all the VVC apart, get it down to a bare head, and let's see if they can get it done for us in a timely fashion. A big thanks to Muro Auto in Muro for doing the cylinder head for us. It was an absolutely perfect job, and we've got this little video for you to enjoy as well, showing you the whole process of it being done from start to finish. Enjoy. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you've got any suggestions for my videos, please write them in the comments. I'll happily try and see what I can do. Enjoy your lives, be happy people. Until the next episode with the BRM, thank you.